In this video, I'm going to ramble on about a couple things that go through my mind regarding spirituality and the afterlife. And I'm really looking for viewer participation. I'd love to hear in the comments down below what you guys think about some of these things that go through my mind. First off is, do you ever wonder about the procedure regarding a soul being sent to hell? I've seen the life review room. I've seen the large chairs where large beings sit in. There's a bunch of people. And, after I started having visitations from Jesus, I started to remember past lives and being a soul before I incarnated, and how I was arguing and telling my guides that this life that they had planned out for me was a bad idea. And before I became aware that I was not going to be part of the common reincarnation cycle that most people watching this video are going to be a part of, I often pictured, after seeing how deceiving and incompetent my guides and angels were, I was like, man, if some being tried to tell me that I had to go spend 100 to 300 years in hell, I'd pull out my sword and I'd fight to the death before I obeyed their commands. And it just got me thinking, what do you think happens? Like, your soul and your heart's being weighed to see if, like, it's more love than negative energy. And as a soul, after your life review, you might become aware of how incompetent your guides were. And it's like, what happens to a soul that rejects or refuses or, doesn't agree with their sentence? It's like, what beings are involved with putting your soul down into that portal? It's just something I think about. And the second thing that goes through my mind is, you'll often hear in the spiritual community, you came down here for growth and expansion. And although I realize that people's opinions on this life are going to be based off of the life experience that they've had, for some people, this life is an absolute miracle and a blessing, and I can fully see that. But for a lot of people, they've been through some things and they're struggling. And for me, I look back at my life and I'm like, there's nothing in this universe that you could offer me that would have made it worth coming down and experiencing some of the things that I experienced. And so I question, I'm like, well, if there's nothing but eternity on the other side, like, what's the rush and why would we choose? I've left my body. I remember what it feels like to be a soul on the other side, and it's nothing but bliss and unconditional love. And it makes me wonder why we would leave that state to come here to experience a bunch of bullshit for growth and expansion when there's nothing but eternity on the other side. So what's the rush? You know what I mean? Just a couple things that I think about. I'd love to hear your guys' comments and hear what you guys got to say. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.